Well, hello there. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. We have just had the PlayStation showcase and it was incredible. Sony showed us content for a whopping 18 games. In this video I'm going to be reacting to the trailers and going over some of the things you missed, so stay till the end to see all the tasty bits. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I bring out new videos every single week. Up first, we've got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Oh my god, I was so excited when I saw this. I was knee high to a grasshopper when the original Knights of the Old Republic came out, so I never played it. And for us to be getting a next-gen remaster is just incredible, so I imagine they're going to be keeping it more or less exactly what it was. Is going to be a remaster, but you know, kind of like with Mass Effect Legendary Edition, they're not just going to slap on some next-gen paint. They're going to go back and they're going to make it so all the controls and everything are up to today's modern standards. It's being developed by Aspyr, which is an independent developer. The original was developed by BioWare, so BioWare are not coming back. They're working on their own stuff. Aspyr is going to be working closely with Lucasfilm Games, which was resurrected by Disney. So this is really exciting, you know. Some Star Wars bigwigs will probably work on it, as well as the talent at Aspyr, and I'm really excited, and you should be too. In the post interview, the guys said they can't reveal much at the moment. I think the game is quite a ways away, but he said in the future they're going to be revealing more, so I'm really excited for that, and we should keep our eyes peeled. Another really exciting title that I saw was Forspoken. This looks really good. So we actually have already seen a trailer for this. I saw a trailer with the voice actress and the face actress that the girl, the protagonist, was modelled after. It looks really good. You know, we saw some abilities. We saw running. We saw jumping. We saw a self-aware bracelet companion. That looks really cool. She's clearly got some magical abilities, so we've got to see a bit of the combat, and we got a hint of the story as well. The girl has been teleported away to another world off Earth, and she has to kill this woman called Tantasila to get back to Earth and some dragons. Don't know much more than that, but I'm really excited. When we know more, I'll definitely be making content about that. Another thing we saw, which we were expecting, was GTA 5, but look, no, absolutely not. Don't buy it, don't play GTA. It's either GTA 6 or nothing, and playing or buying GTA 5 will only encourage Rockstar not to make it. So I will be abstaining, you should abstain. GTA 5 had 3 PlayStations, and all the others had 3 GTAs. It's not right, it needs to stop. Justice for GTA. Another really interesting game we saw was Ghostwire Tokyo. We literally saw bodies all over the places with their souls in the forms of ghosts rising out of their bodies. It looks very dystopian, it looks very creepy, very strange, kind of like a existential thriller horror. You play as a normal looking protagonist guy who like otherworldly superpowers, and you have to chase down this mysterious antagonist to rescue who I presume is the main character's spouse. This is what I could glean from the game. These abilities look pretty cool. You know, you can warp stuff, manipulate stuff, freeze enemies, damage enemies. I'm really excited to see more on the game. I'm kind of like on the fence, you know, the style, it was a bit strange, but I'm definitely going to give it a look, and I shall make more content on it as we find out more. And now we are on to the PlayStation Studios games. Now I've already said the PlayStation Studios are working on 25 IPs, and we saw 6 of them in this showcase. So there are still 19 other games in development that we haven't seen. What we did see was Uncharted, Marvel's Wolverine, Gran Turismo 7, Marvel's SpiderMan, God of War Ragnarok, and Horizon Forbidden West. As Herman Hulse stated in an interview after all the trailers, Insomniac Games are on fire. Marvel's Spider-Man and Marvel's Wolverine. I can't believe it. Insomniac have pumped out a lot of really high quality content in a relatively short space of time in terms of video game development. And although we can't really glean much from the small scene that we saw of Wolverine facing the opposite direction of the camera, minding his own business, and then getting assailed by someone in the bar, and we see him pop his claws. I'm really excited for what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, because the way that Insomniac made Spider-Man was very realistic, I think, in terms of kind of how his abilities are in the movies. So I think that it will be very similar for Wolverine. They will make it still like a video game, but as much like the movies and like the comics. As we know, Marvel will work very closely with Insomniac, so there's a good relationship there, and I think that's why the Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales did so well. Marvel's Spider-Man, we were expecting it and we were not disappointed. We saw Peter Parker, we saw Miles Morales, we saw them fighting together. Now we saw Venom at the end of the trailer. We heard Venom's voice. Now, if you remember, at the end of Marvel Spider-Man, the first game, we see Norman Osborn in the secret room, and we see the tank that has Harry in it, who also has Venom attached to him. So it is highly likely that Harry Osborn will be the antagonist and he will be Venom's host. Now beyond that, we didn't really see much more. We did hear another voice, so it's also highly likely that there will be more than one antagonist. In the first game, we got the Sinister Six. We got 6 antagonists. So I think there's a lot of different antagonists, different villains that we could see. We could see Mysterio. Obviously, we'll see Venom. We could see Carnage. Now, obviously, you guys knew that I was going to save the best till last. God of War Ragnarok. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I cannot contain my excitement. So, we can clearly see that both Kratos and Atreus have aged by a few years. At least 3 years, somewhere between 3 and 5 years. Kratos' eyes look a bit more saggy, and Atreus has clearly hit puberty. He's probably like 13, 14 years old now, as opposed to 9 or 10. We saw Freya fighting Kratos. We knew this was going to happen. She was not happy with him as he killed her son in God of War 2018. We also see him suggest it's going to lead to a fight with Asgard. That's literally what Ragnarok is. You know, it can't be called God of War Ragnarok without Ragnarok happening. In the interview, post trailers, the director of the game even said this is his words. We saw Mimir still alive, which is awesome. I love Mimir, so funny. The lake in the middle of Midgard, we saw that frozen solid, the bridge frozen solid, so there's clearly quite an environmental shift. We also saw that Tyr, the Norse god of war, is alive and hidden, and we find him. And we also see from both the trailer and the interview that Thor, who is voiced by Sons of Anarchy actor Ryan Hurst, is going to be in it, and also Odin is going to be in it. Now, Ragnarok is the death of Odin by the wolf. The wolf is called Fenrir. In the actual legend, Loki births a wolf son, and calls it Fenrir. So I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to play out, whether Atreus does something to create Fenrir, or Kratos is like tantamount to Fenrir in this story. Until we see more, there's no way to know. We didn't get a release date either, but hopefully we'll get that very soon. Thank you so much for watching. That was my top 8 things that you missed from the PlayStation Showcase. Remember to subscribe for more content from me. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you are going to be playing, what you're excited for. And I will see you in my next video.